Good morning. Great morning. Wonderful morning. Spectacular morning. Outstanding morning. Magnificent morning. Oh, yes. That beautiful reminder of choice that we all have. Remember, your life is this whole line of movement in moments. And then with every moment, you can choose how you're going to think, which leads me to the beautiful reminder that, those times when you say you've had a bad day or you had a bad week, really, that's not what the case is. The case is that you've carried a bad moment with you. And remember, like attracts like, and because of carrying that bad moment, if that's what you did, guess what you saw? That's all you saw. That's all you experienced. That's all that was attracted into your life. Now, really grab on to what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is that you always have a choice every moment. Like here, right now, here's another moment. Oh, here's another one. Here's another one. See, like something happens, somebody says something. Oh my gosh, I don't like it. Well, guess what? You have a moment right after that to shift the meaning. See, that's where the power lies. It lies in you taking control of your thoughts. It lies in you overriding the negative thoughts, which are causing the negative feelings. And that's another thing. Remember, all negativity is subconscious. But see, it's by thinking, overriding those thoughts that you are led to feel differently. When you control how you feel, guess what? You control your life. Again, why? Well, because that feeling is a frequency, it's a vibratory state. And that feeling, that vibratory state, is the attractive force in your life. That's where it's at. Neville Goddard talks about that so beautifully. Feeling is the secret. Now, think about the practicality here. You want to earn more? You want to change your lifestyle? You want to do anything? Oh, guess what? You can do that if you just change how you're thinking. Now, this sounds simple, doesn't it? Of course it does. Hey, Troy, this sounds simple, but it's not as easy as you're saying. Well, that's true. But why? See, that's the big question. If it's so simple, then why is it so difficult? I remember Bob Proctor talking about that. Okay, you've got to think positively. You've got to be emotionally involved with positive ideas. You've got to have powerful habits, big beliefs. But then as you're working towards it, why is it so difficult? See, that's where understanding paradigms comes into play. That program running in you that runs 24 hours, 7 days a week, that has almost exclusive control over your habitual behavior, and almost all of your behavior is habitual. See, it's understanding that subconscious pattern of thought and beliefs inside of you, which is what causes the struggle. That's why it's difficult. It's not because of you. We've all heard that before, right? Oh, you're the one that's stopping you. You're the one that's in the way. Oh, you're battling against yourself. Bullshit. Not true. Not true. Everybody go like this. Not true. Wait, no, 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 no. It's not true. See, what's in the way is not you. What's in the way is your program. See, when you're feeling struggle, the only reason, and by the way, there's only one reason, is because your conditioning doesn't recognize the conclusion. It's like someone who's shy. And they say, I'm shy, I'm shy. Maybe you say that you're shy. Do you say you're shy? You want to hear the truth? You're not shy. You're not shy. What it is you've been conditioned to care about what other people think before what you think. You think that what they think matters more than what you think. Actually, let me rephrase that. You believe that what they think is more important than what you think. And that's been something that's been built in you, most likely in early childhood, where you did these evaluations of things that were said, things that were done, and through that evaluation, you just said, you know what? Yeah, that's the way it is. And therefore, what happens is pulled back. Don't say things. And that happens automatically. But why? Not because you're shy, because you've been conditioned to be shy. Did you hear what I just said? You've been conditioned to be shy. You're not shy. You've been conditioned to be shy. See, that's a state. And the best part is it can be changed. Do you know that you can actually go out on the stage and speak in front of people if you have this belief of shyness in you? You can change that. But how do you change it? See, that's what we dive into these calls, in helping you to understand how to change that so that it does happen. You don't just do it, and that's what we have been conditioned to think. Even has that in their slogan, just do it. See, but that's not the true core of going out to do it. Have you ever noticed that you know you've just got to go and do it, but you don't do it? Well, why? Well, because in order for you to do, you must first be. Write that in your notes. In order for me to do, I must first be. You got to change who you're being inside. And when you do that, guess what changes? The outside. See, this is where practice comes into play. Application, baby. See, that's where it's at. Now, what have we been studying in these wonderful calls here in Master Your Mind from us here at Elevitality? We've been studying the Master Key System. And this is a gem. Hasn't this been a gem? Those of you who are here, isn't this been incredible? It's like, where has this book been? Did you know that Napoleon Hill wrote a letter to Charles Haanel to thank him? And he basically says, I need to give credit where credit is due. And he said, Charles, you're the one that's responsible for everything that I'm doing. It wasn't Andrew Carnegie. It was this dude. I mean, just look at it. Master Key to Success by Napoleon Hill. Master Key System. It's a copy. So, anyways, with that being said, though, the thing that you've got to get more than anything else is, yeah, okay, fine. You have this information. We're sharing this information. We're breaking it down. It's wonderful information, but information, knowledge is not power. Knowledge does not apply itself. Knowledge, information is static energy. It's just there. See, the only way that the words that are in this book or anything that I'm sharing with you will help you is if you're applying it in your life. And that right there is the golden key. Application, baby, not collecting of information, not gathering information. You got to use it. So, are you ready? Let's go into where we are and use this to get this done, your goal card. And by the way, if you don't have a copy of this, then just reach out to us. We'll share with you where to get this, or just click on the link that we provide you to get this copy. Get this exact copy so you can read along with us. All right, here we go. Boom. Now, we talked about this yesterday. We talked about subconscious mind, and we also talked about what has to be in you subconsciously in order for something to stick. You want your results to stick, you got to change the paradigm. You got to change the program in you. And remember, that program consists of what you believe to be true and the habits you have. Now, here he says premature wealth or position. Now, let's talk about this. Wealth, money. You want lots of money coming to you? Yes, that's what you're working on right now. I got news for you. It's not going to stay with you if it does come, if you don't change what's in you subconsciously. So, premature wealth or position. Say, like you want to go and act on a completely different vocation. Go do something different. I got news for you. That will not stick, even if you get it, unless you've changed it to be part of who you're being inside, which is what we help people to tap into and engage with, by changing that inner narrative. So premature wealth or position cannot be retained because it has not been earned. And again, we've seen this many, many times in the world outside of people who were not doing well financially. Then all of a sudden they win the lottery. Now, what's the most common story that you hear? Within a very short period of time, it's gone. Now, is it because they're dumb or stupid or idiotic or that they don't want it to stay? No, that's not the case. It's just because they're ignorant of having a wealth mindset. See, the real reason why the money goes away is because that's what their conditioning is. See, they didn't change the conditioning. They didn't change what they believed to be true. They didn't change the patterns inside of them. They didn't earn a wealth mindset. And by the way, you can earn a wealth mindset also subconsciously through your environment. But the whole point being is that it wasn't something that attention was given to have that wealth mindset. We get only what we give. And those who try to get without giving always find that the law of compensation is relentlessly bringing about an exact equilibrium. Now, before we dissect that even further, my message for all of you who are watching this live stream on any of the social media platforms, if this is resonating with you and you want to dive deeper into this, then go to elevitality.com and register for Master Your Mind. Well, you will have access to these calls and the recordings so you can feast on this beautiful wisdom. So now let's proceed.